Hello, my name is Nurra. I'm a sustainability analyst, and this is Lepas Sekolah.
Who or what was your biggest inspiration and why?
Okay, so growing up, my biggest inspiration has always been my mom. She's a single mother, but she's very intelligent. She's very hardworking, and ever since we were small, I've always seen her so hardworking that she always makes sure that my brother and I get all the opportunities to succeed in life.
And what was your ambition growing up? Was it in any way derived from your mom or
Yes.
inspired by your mom?
Yes, my mom again, because my mom is an auditor, has always been in the accounting field, and that's where I got inspired to be in a bank. I never had an ambition, but I've always wanted to work in a bank, like whatever bank, as anything. Yeah.
Nurra, you attended College Datu Patinggi Abang Haji Abdillah. It is a semi-boarding school. Were you boarding at the school or were you not?
I was not boarding at the school because most of the time the boarding option were only given to students that were from out of the town. Yeah, so those who lives nearby weren't given that option to board at the school.
And frankly speaking, College Abdillah is considered to be one of the more elite schools in Sarawak. It has deep and vast traditions. How does it feel being part of such an esteemed institution?
Honestly, back then I wasn't as proud. I just felt like it was a normal school because I never had any other high school to compare to. But now, whenever I bump into someone successful that turns out to be from my school, I feel even prouder. I'm like, oh wow, okay, well we're in the same league, I guess. Yeah, so I feel prouder now compared to I was back then.
What was your greatest memory of high school and do you have any regrets?
My greatest memory of high school was our annual sports day because my school's niche was rugby, so every sports house was named after national rugby teams, like All Blacks, Wallabies, Lions, and Springboks. So every year during the parade, we had to perform our own haka. Yeah. So that's something that everyone was looking forward to because just to see how intimidating someone can be. Blah blah blah. And then for
Do you have any
regrets,
regrets?
I don't think I have any because I truly can say for myself that I lived as a high schooler. I did everything a high school would be doing. Nothing of that, macam like makeup shit. No, it was like just a normal high school girl, and we're playing around. Didn't study much.
Nora, what was the most challenging aspect of your secondary school life?
Mm. For me, it was during the preparation of SPM because everyone was so competitive at the school. Even when you did your best, even when you feel like that was the most you can give, you still would feel that wasn't enough. Yeah, so that was hard, feeling constantly insecure and constantly under pressure. Yeah,
And how did you do for SPM?
not one of the top scorers from my school, but I got 6 A's. Yeah, that's yeah, I was one of the lowest scorers, I think.
What did you do for your pre-university and where?
I did my pre-university in life sciences at Unimas, University Malaysia Sarawak.
And this was a foundation course?
Yes, this was foundation.
Why did you choose to do the foundation instead of any other pre-university course?
I wanted to graduate the earliest, so PU only took me a year compared to diploma that would have taken me like 3 years.
Do you remember how did you apply for your foundation course?
Yeah, I applied through UPU, and I for Unimas for pre-university you have the option to study either life sciences or physical science, and both are on UPU, so you can put that either as your first option or second option, and then if you get your second option, you can always change it to first option. I mean, appeal lah, yeah, appeal to the university.
Nora, what is the structure of the life sciences in foundation at Unimas?
Okay, so basically we had a year of it, right? So 2 semesters, and both semesters we were learning the same mandatory subjects. It's just a continuation of the subjects. But in both semesters, we had an elective subject, which was entrepreneurship, and the other one was something like sports related. Yeah, so that was just the difference between the first semester and second semester. Other than that, we were literally learning the same thing throughout the 1 year.
How do you think SPM prepared you for foundation? Did it prepare you well?
Honestly, I think if anything, you should figure out what you want to be before you reach 16, because 16 is when you choose your SPM stream kan. So if you think that you want to study like science, you should take the biology stream. If you don't feel like learning science, then you should take the other streams lah. Because the SPM syllabus, I think, in my opinion, it really teaches you the foundation of everything that you'll be learning during diploma, foundation, matriculation, and anything alike. Yeah, so that is really important to have that interrelation between the two periods lah.
For students who are not exactly sure of what their ambitions are or what they want to do in life, what advice do you have for them for with regards to what course or what stream they should take for SPM?
Yeah, so like how I was pretty confused. Even during SPM, still I wasn't sure of what I wanted to be. Like I said, I just wanted to be in a bank, right? So what I did was just take anything science related. So for me, I took biology because when you take biology, you also will be taking chemistry and physics, and that almost comprises of like everything that you can do in life, basically like physics. There's so many things that you can do with calculation techniques and all. So but if you were to take something artsy, there's not many options you can go to, like um I mean, what job would need your design skills or things like that? Yeah, but for science it's pretty versatile, I would say.
Nurra, after completing your pre-university, you were bestowed with the Maybank Group Scholarship Program. Can you please tell us more about the scholarship?
Okay, so the scholarship is actually a scholarship provided by Maybank Foundation. It helps students financially, but not just that. It doesn't stop there. It also cultivates leadership skills, teamwork in you, because throughout your scholarship journey, they have like different activities lined up for you. I was back in Kuching, right, in Sarawak when I was a scholar, but they would still fly me in to attend this things that they've planned out for us.
And Nurra, what were the requirements for the scholarship?
Okay, so basically, any students from public universities and international universities can apply to this scholarship. But for public universities, you have to make sure that university is in the top 1,000 QS ranking, and it has to be the 12, or one of the 12 universities that Maybank has selected. Basically, these 12 universities are in that top 1,000 QS ranking. And for international students, your universities have to be the top tier universities in the UK, US, and Australia. I think they have a list of it on their website. You have to have a minimum CGPA of 3.0.
How was the application process like for the Maybank scholarship, and how did you prepare for it?
The application process comprises of 4 stages. The first one is to pass the eligibility criteria. So basically, it's like a resume screening lah. The second is to complete an IQ test. I think there's a certain grade that you get after completing this, and those who are eligible will be called for the next step. So the next step was assessment center, and this one is a real life case study. How you would solve like this one case study if you were to be in a real bank. And then the next one is the one-on-one interview. So my trick to ace any assessment centers is that usually based on the name of like that stage, you would have figured out what skills they're trying to test you for. For example, interview. Honestly, during interviews, they don't care about like how smart you are, but it's really about how quick you can answer to questions. Your social skills, critical thinking skills are also. So these three, you have to just prepare and rehearse what you would do to showcase these 3 skills, to make sure that the interviewers can really see, or like you are fit for this to be a scholar, because you can do these 3 skills. Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember like what kind of questions they asked during the interview?
Mainly the questions were just about myself. So it's really about how quick you can answer to a question, because honestly, when I prepared for it, I was reading all the mission, vision, and whatever, just to put in my back pocket lah. But after being there, when they asked me those questions, I tried to not stutter much, to show how I want my career trajectory to be. It's mostly about your interest and how your characteristics could fit as a scholar for Maybank.
Nurra, do you recall what was the most challenging aspect about applying for the Maybank scholarship?
I think it was the assessment center. It was the first time that I had to be assessed by subject matter experts. These are the people that you can BS, They know their shit. So you can't BS them. So when you are given that case, and to work with a group of people that you've met just that day, it's hard. It's hard to, sometimes you have to let go of your opinion just to, accept other people's opinion, but also at the same time, you know that your opinion is better. Things like that, you have to compromise lah. So maybe I wasn't really good at compromising, but that's where I learned.
Do you recall what was your reaction when you realized that you got a scholarship?
I was so happy. I was so happy. I was so grateful. I was so happy that I got to take care of my own studying expenses. I didn't have to rely on my mom ke apa ke, because I know I was sorted for lah. I was even happier because it was already one step closer to me working in a bank.
Does the Maybank scholarship come with a bond?
Yes, it does. 3 years, and now I'm currently serving my bond until next year.
And while you were studying, did they cover other expenses like your allowances while you were studying?
Yeah. So basically, they would pay your course fee and your accommodation straight to the university. But if you don't stay at the university like I did, I stayed outside, stayed in my own place. They would give you the money that was supposed to be for accommodation. And besides that, they also provided you with laptop. Oh, and an allowance on top of that. Okay, so that course fee was a different
Yeah.
thing, and your monthly allowance was a different thing.
Ah.
Yeah, on top
So
of like
basically,
other
you're
things.
set for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, I didn't have to ask for any allowance from my parents anymore at that time.
Nurra, upon completing your foundation at Unimas, you pursued a Bachelor in Finance also at Unimas. What was the requirement for this Bachelor in Finance program?
The requirement was actually very low. Yeah, your CGPA has had to be at a minimum of 2.5 credits in all of your mandatory SPM subjects, and at least a C for admits and modern maths. Yeah, that's all.
Do you know if people who did foundation at Unimas has a lower entry requirement? Or
Yeah. Okay, so if you did your pre-university at Unimas, naturally you should be going to Unimas for your degree, because what they said was that they were not going to give you that pre-U certificate if you were to continue your degree at somewhere else. So naturally, everyone from pre-U Unimas would have their degree in Unimas as well. So it was pretty easy for me, but also I met all the requirements anyway. So
yeah.
yeah. So I don't know how it is for those who don't meet the requirements but from the PU. I don't think you could go into PU lah if you didn't meet at least
Yeah.
the finance degree requirements.
Can you recall the structure of the Bachelor in Finance at Unimas?
We had 3 years for 6 semesters, and each semester we had like 4 to 5 subjects. Final year project in the last 2 semesters, and then each semester also you had to take an elective course. Yeah, so about 6 elective courses in that whole 3 years.
Do you have to do an internship or like a placement?
Oh yeah. I did an internship also with Maybank in KL in Dataran Maybank. Actually, at that time when I did my internship, I didn't know that Maybank scholars could do their internship outside of Maybank. I thought we had to do it with Maybank. So that's why I just applied to Maybank. I moved here for a bit to do my internship here for 3 months lah. But apparently, if you're a Maybank scholar, you can still apply internship outside, which I recommend you do so, because then you get like double allowance.
Do you remember what your internship structure was?
I was in financial planning and analysis in Maybank Investment. I was working closely with the CFO because she needed help on her deck for Maybank Investment Town Hall at that time. Yeah, she needed a deck, so I had to prepare the deck for her. So we worked closely together. Other than that, I was just mostly helping out with like the permanent team members. I wouldn't say I use most of my skills that I learned throughout my studying years, but it would help you to understand things better. Mm.
Nurra, what was your favorite module?
My favorite module was investment. Our investment syllabus was very interactive. That we got to invest. We got to invest on a mock app. Yeah, so we were given like digital money, fake digital money. Then we could spend it investing, and that's where I could see how different investing in theory and in real life can be. Yeah.
Do you recall what was your biggest hurdle?
I think my final year project. I know everyone can say that their final project was hard, but a challenge that is very specific to degrees with numbers and figures is that you rarely get to do final year project with quality surveying. Yeah, most of the time your topic would surround quantity surveying lah. So when you do quantity surveying, when it comes to analysis, you have to depend so almost solely on scholar publications, techniques that you learn. Yeah, so it's also not something you can BS. You need to learn how to analyze, and this is not just analyzing. Oh, okay, so ada ni. No, it's not that simple. You have to use like a proper software to analyze a set of data, and the results usually you won't understand lah. But yeah, that's where you have to learn also.
What was the environment amenities on the campus at Unimas? Was it good?
It was very good. For Unimas, you can imagine like a smaller scale of UM, but it's almost as big as UM, but like a smaller scale, full of greenery. It has a big lake that you can kayak on. We have two different campuses. One the main campus, and another one is the pre-U campus. And from the main campus to pre-U campus, it takes you around like 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, relatively, if you stay there, you would think it's a like well furnished campus lah. Yeah, it's really nice.
Is it
But
walkable?
walkable, not very much, but you can cycle. I didn't do that lah, but yeah, I saw a lot of people cycling. But also, I can't say much for the dorm because I wasn't staying there. But I heard good reviews.
Is there anything you would have done differently?
Not really. Maybe if I were given a chance, maybe I would try like staying at the dorm for a week. I don't want to do it the whole time, the whole period of me studying, but maybe I would do it for a week because I wanted to see. I like the idea of like waking up late just so because you're so nearby to your class, things like that, and that dinners you have with your friends. I would have liked that idea, but I didn't experience that at all. And I think maybe if I did stay at the hostel, maybe it would have prepared me better for my move to KL lah.
Nurra, upon graduation, you joined Maybank under the Global Maybank Apprentice program, which is called GMAP. Can you please tell us more about this program?
Okay, so basically what the program is that it's a 2-year program where you have to rotate in different departments, but that rotation you can simply choose it according to your own career trajectory. It doesn't have to be determined by anyone but yourself. So that's one good thing about it, and you get to learn different areas of the bank. Those rotations are supposed to equip you with like a diverse set skills lah. Although it's 2 years, you're not bonded with the program. The moment you step into the bank as a GMAP, you're already a permanent. It's just a matter of finding a permanent placement of a department of where you want to be. Yeah, that was like basically the whole ordeal about it lah. You just need to know where you want to stay as a permanent member. It gives you the freedom to leave anytime or end your GMAP journey anytime in case you have found like a permanent department that you would like to stay in. Yeah, so a lot of freedom that comes with the department, the program.
For yourself, since you're bonded with Maybank because you took the scholarship, when you joined the GMAP program, is it considered as you serving your bond?
Yes, I will be in GMAP for 2 years this October, so it means that I would already be serving my bond for 2 years also.
All right, that's nice. And do you remember what was the process like to join the GMAP program? What are the requirements?
Okay. So if you think my scholarship assessment or like application process was hard, this is even harder. So it consists of 6 different stages. The first one was resume screening, normal, just to see if you're eligible. And then second, it's called virtual hangout. I can't say much on what they test. Okay, guys, that's one thing that
Yeah.
I can disclose. And then the third would be online IQ test first, and then assessment center, and then social hangout, another social hangout. The other one was virtual hangout, social hangout, and then the last one would be the interview. So 6 stages.
And the 6 stages is spread across how long?
Usually it would be around a maximum of 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks, maybe 1 week and a half. So most of the time you would feel tired and demotivated, especially knowing that you're competing against another 1,000 plus people. It's really a matter of how good you are, quality over quantity. They don't have a quota to fill. It's really about if they think you're fit for it, then you get in.
Yeah. And is the whole process virtual or?
No. So the resume screening, biasa lah. You just send it in, and then so virtual hangout, yes, virtual. Online test, online IQ test was also virtual, and then starting for assessment and the other three, it will all be physical.
And that will be done in Dataran or Dataran Maybank?
No, usually for assessment centers, we would do it at different universities. Last year, we did it in APU.
Okay. Asia
APU in
Pacific
Bukit
University.
Jalil, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
APU. Before this, we have done it in Sunway, Taylors. We have done it in different places. But usually, we would use a compound of universities. And for the other interview and social hangout, we would do it in our own Menara Maybank.
Upon the completion of your GMAT program, because I understand you're completed with it, where do you end up in Maybank? What was your choice? And yeah, was it the same choice that you wanted in the beginning?
I wouldn't say it was where I end up now is my was my only choice, but it was one of the top two choices that I wanted. So my two choices were investment and sustainability. But I felt a stronger urge towards sustainability. So now I am in sustainability.
Does your salary increase once you get confirmed? Like once you're done with the GMAT program, or is it the same?
No. No, but it really depends on when you enter the bank though. If you enter around March, where usually increment comes in,
Yeah.
and then you get permanent around that time, you become permanent at one department around that time also, then yes, your salary will be different, but it's because of the
The
general
increment
increment.
lah.
It's not because of
Your confirmation.
confirmation couple. It's
Alright.
just the same. But after probation, yes, it does increase a
Okay.
little bit.
And how long is probation?
Probation is just 6 months.
I see.
Yeah, but probation usually ends when you're still in GMAP lah.
Correct.
Because when you step into GMAP, you're already a permanent employee, right? So probation starts from there until 6 months, and then yeah.
What does a sustainability analyst do at Maybank?
Okay, so what I do is that I'm in a special project under group sustainability. Particularly, what I do is I analyze, review, and report the emission intensity for hard to abate sectors for the bank. I also recommend and strategize for businesses in order to reach our publicly announced targets.
Nurra, when you were first applying for jobs upon graduation, what were your biggest considerations? Was it a good work-life balance? Was it location? Was it salary?
Mm. For me, it has always been two things: salary, obviously,
Yeah.
and brand's image. Salary, obviously, I was in it for the money, obviously. The second one for brand's image, I really couldn't stand thinking about working for a brand that is not known. I would say, I think it gives you so much confidence when you apply to other companies, when you jump to other companies. Yeah, that really helps you with your career development. Actually, I think brand's image. Yeah.
Nurra, you obviously attended secondary school in Sarawak, your pre-university and university as well in Sarawak. Now that you're working in KL, how did you adapt? Like, how long did it take you to adapt?
It was hard for me, so it took me around like a year plus until I could find like a proper routine that I could stick to make myself feel less sad about being somewhere not Sarawak. Yeah, so it wasn't an easy choice. I never wanted to move to KL anyway, but because of my bond, they required scholars to be working in HQ specifically. Yeah, so that was KL.
Were there any things that you did that helped you settle in?
Yeah, working out because even in coaching, I've always loved working out. But after I moved here, it was so hard for me to juggle between work and working out and finding time for my friends. So those three things are very the main things that I need to prioritize at a time. So like I said, after a year, then I could find like a proper place for me to work out and then a proper instructors. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but working out is my coping mechanism.
Before you started working in KL, what were your expectations? Like, what was going through your mind, and did your expectations match up with the realities of working in KL?
Thinking of KL in general, my expectation was, traffic, lots of commuting, language barrier, especially for me. English is not even my first language. Bahasa Melayu is even not my first language. It was Bahasa Sarawak, which is very different than Bahasa Melayu. So all these three things I struggled with. Unfortunately, in reality, I struggled with all these three things. But like I said, lah, after I found my own rhythm and momentum, and then I got used to all these things, and now I can speak a little bit Bahasa Melayu.
I'm sure there will be many upcoming graduates who were from outside of KL, they grew up from outside of KL and eventually moving into KL, or maybe just any other city that they're not familiar with.
Mm.
What is your advice? Like, how would they cope, and what's your advice for them to be able to settle in?
Mm. take it from me, someone that is really attached to my hometown and to my family back in Kuching, just take that big step. Like, I know it's hard for you to leave your comfort zone. It's either you're that kind of person or you're that person that really wants to leave home. Okay, so for the other type of people that can't leave home, just take that big step, because that one big step, you need a lot of courage to do it. But once you do it, it will lead to more steps that will make your life even better than it is now. And also, there's this one advice that my mom always tell me that I hold dearly, is that always choose the decision that you are most scared of, because that's the decision that will help you grow. So yeah, it was either staying in Kuching or moving for me. So I had to move, and I love it. I love my life now, I guess.
So, so is KL any good?
I okay. It's really different kind of good. Yeah, Kuching and KL is like two different places, very opposite to each other. But it's okay. It's different kind of good lah.
Where do you think your future lies? Where do you see yourself in like 5 years, 10 years? What's the big dream?
What I see for myself and what I hope for myself are two different things. What I see for myself, I think I would still be working at the bank longer than I would like to. But what I hope for myself is that I hope there's another opportunity or another company that can make me break away from Maybank, because Maybank is a company that I treasure so much. It has helped me so much before I even started working. So I hope, I hope there's an opportunity in the future that can make me break away from Maybank. Yeah.
And that's purely because you want to try new opportunities, right?
Yeah, I know it's because now at one point things can be obsolete,
Yeah,
that there's nothing more you can learn at one place. So in order to learn more things, you need to, step out from where you are lah.
yeah. Like, going back to your point, which is stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Which I know it's gonna be so hard for me.
yeah.
It's gonna be so hard.
Nurra, can you describe your journey Lepas Sekolah in 3 words?
Fun, informative, and nostalgic. Mm. My name is Nurra, and this is my journey lepas sekolah.